Welcome back, and you're watching Commodity Champions. We have with us Hemant Bansal, Assistant VP at Patanjali, and also joining us is Sudhakar Tomar, who's MD at Hakan Agro DMCC. Gentlemen, hi, thank you so much for joining us. We clearly are talking to the FMCG companies today, trying to understand on how the agri trade looks like as we get into 2019. Hemant, what is your sense? The government has done quite a bit, and we've seen government actually listening to all the stakeholders. But what is your sense when it comes to investment and growth going forward for this sector?
So this agri, this year I look a good year for an agri trade, specifically if I talk about, let's say, the category which I handle, this edible oil. So like last year has not been that so good year for this edible oil industry in terms of if you talk about right from the farmers to the middlemen to the processors. So the prices, there has been some changes on the policy the government has taken on increasing, let's say, import duty and all that stuff. And so last year the prices were very uneven and all, and by regular changes in the duties and the government policies, there has been a lot of turbulence in the market, which actually impacted the whole chain. But more or less in the last quarter of the last year, this prices have more or less streamlined and started going on an upward trend. And this year, now with everything clear and all, and I personally feel there will not be that kind of policy turbulence, and I see this year a very good year for
Hemant, really, because
and edible oil.
Sure, Hemant, as you said, 2018 wasn't such a great day, but 2019 is expected to be on the positive side. But because we have seen Patanjali actually foray into edible oil space with many edible oils now. What is your sense, as in sense of Patanjali as company? What are the demand estimates that you're working with in sense of pricing, growth? And as a company, are you looking at the sector with more growth opportunities going forward?
Patanjali as a company under the leadership of Param Pujya Maharajji and Shraddha Acharya Balkishan ji and our respected DD Shri Ram Bharatji, we have developed this edible oil business almost was last 1.5 years. We have mustard oil only previously, which was coming into the Patanjali brand, and in the last 1.5 years we have added 7 more variants apart from mustard oil, which is soya oil, sun oil, groundnut, rice bran, and then sesame oil, coconut oil and cotton oil. And we have been, our aim of the company and our management is to provide the best quality best quality of natural and physically refined oils to the consumers at a reasonable price. We work on an MRP pattern where we print that MRP on edible oil, which actually gets sold to the consumer, so that they don't get cheated on the price. So as in India, nobody can sell more on MRP. So there has been some brands which put an MRP of, let's say, 160 rupees on a packet of soya oil, whereas we put an MRP of 100. So going forward, we have big plans in edible oil, and this segment has been growing us very well for us. We have been seeing quite a reasonable growth year on year in this segment.
Okay, that's good to hear, Hemant. So what is your sense now? That's a question I'm asking all our experts today. 2019, how does that look to you as a sector and as Patanjali as a company?
As a sector, year 2019 seems to be as I said in previously also, seems to be a very good sector for my point of view in terms of all the agri commodities industry wise, and as I said, on the edible oil side as well. And for Patanjali, we have we have recently came up with new businesses as well in Paridhan and milk, apart from the regular businesses we were in. And so this is the year those businesses, apart from the existing one, are really going to take off. And when there are some other businesses as well which Patanjali is working on, and so that at this point of time I cannot comment, as Param Pujya Maharaji will announce soon. So 2019 we are anticipating a very good year for the industry in totality, and as well as for us as Patanjali.
Well, that's the third expert on the show who says that 2019 is expected to be a good one for the sector and for their companies. Introducing also Sudhakar Tomar into the conversation. Sudhakar, what is your sense? Would you say enough has been done for the agri sector now, and this is now time to start reaping fruits from the kind of steps that have been taken?
You see, the kind of long-term problems India has in terms of agriculture and agribusiness, nothing can be ever enough. But the steps which the government has been taking since they came in power are very good, but more needs to be done on the village level. So the infrastructural, the agri infrastructure at the village level, be it silo, processing facility, road, linkages, ponds, anything, there should be sufficient investment and there should be sufficient incentive to do that. I would suggest if government can subsidize private sector or the farmers up to the tune of 50% for creating this agri infrastructure at the village level, that would be a game changer for the agri industry and in India.
Overall, how would you look at 2019, the results of commodity prices, global trade, because this is so much, there is so much uncertainty that we are dealing with. Are you bullish finally on commodities? Do you see inflation now picking up? And if yes, then what sectors are you really more bullish than the others really?
So what has been happening because of interventions and the restrictive trade regime, there has been slow and gradual depletion of the stocks. And also the government, the stocks which were with the government, they're gradually coming down. And also in next 2 quarters, the political situation will also get clearer, the policies will get clearer. So this means that the prices which are currently ruling below MSP, especially for pulses, they have started going up. If we see the tur, moong, urad, everything is up by 25 to 30%. Chickpeas is likely to go up once the government controlled stocks are sold. And also the sowing, we are getting some warning signals of less production. The rain, if there is a shortfall in rain or any weather concerns, so June onwards we see a very somewhat bullish scenario for pulses and other commodities.
Sudhakar, any favorite pick that you have for commodities as you go forward in 2019, where you see more concern, perhaps prices moving ahead? You've already spoken about pulses, where you expect the prices to be bullish June onwards. Any other sector, any other commodity that you would also want to bet on?
I think in pulses, I'm quite chickpeas friendly, and also lentils, and then of course it depends what kind of policy, but policy comes in effect to support those price movements.
All right, so higher prices for pulses and lentils going forward, especially from June, is the expectation from the experts. Hemant and Sudhakar, thank you so much for joining us with your sense on the agri space and of course what needs to be done. But with that, that's all the time that we have on Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to CNBC TV 18.